right into this. These are your horoscopes from Tuesday, August 27th to Tuesday, September 3rd. We're going to do all zodiac signs. For those of you who are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you should do that at Ask a Medium to get your monthly updates as well as your weeklies. All right, what is going on, Aries? Aries, the first thing that I have coming up for you is a lot of whispering going on over here to the left side and a sense of movement, a strong push on your own behalf. So my interpretation of this is that you have spirit loved ones, ancestors, your guides, your angels trying to push and promote you in the right direction. But right now and for this week, especially Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday into the afternoon and into the evening, I see another potential disturbance where it looks like you might be getting distracted. As you get distracted, what you can find is that you're not being very self-motivating. You could find yourself getting a little bit stagnant, out of sorts, and in general feeling a heaviness and a weightedness to your energy. Now, these ancestors, these guides, trying to push and promote you forward cannot force you to do it. So let's be careful that we're not getting lazy. Let's put it this way. If you find yourself in a bit of a mood where you're heavy or depressed, you're feeling, a little lifeless, which is hard to believe with an Aries, but you're feeling a little bit like, I don't care, I don't want to do this, I don't feel like doing this. Let me put it this way. You do not have to feel like doing anything in order to actually do it. You may have to say to yourself for a few days this week, forget my feelings, I'm going to push forward regardless. You do have a tremendous amount of support here in the universe to do so. So it should actually be easy once you propel forward. What I see going on with you Thursday evening into Friday and even into Saturday morning, watch your dreams on Friday evening going into Saturday. What I see is you going into some deep waters. And these waters to me look a little bit murky, but they're really still a symbol of cleansing. So what this means is that you're going forward on those days to cleanse and release from some things that are not working for you. I feel that you've been looking towards someone else to give you guidance, to tell you what to do. For a lot of you, this is a love partner. And you feel that this person isn't dictating you. This person isn't giving you the direction. And at this point, you might feel a little bit like you're free falling in this situation. For some of you, this could be more with a family member or a boss or a coworker. Now, if you've been looking for someone else to tell you what to do and they're not doing that, this is the final week for this. This is it. You're going to have to decide on your own and go forward. Once I see you coming out of these waters, there's a great sense of independence and self-empowerment, and I see you walking on new land and ground. So this is kind of a breakthrough week for you if you don't stay stagnant and you move forward. And it's going to be a bit of a promotion. Even if for some of you it's kind of a lateral move, it is a promotion nonetheless. So congratulations, Aries. Breakthrough week, potentially. Taurus, what is going on with you? I have a lot of third eye action with the Tauruses this week. Now, what that can mean is that you're going to have a weird vibrating or a sense of like humming, or for some of you, your third eye may actually pop out as like a red spot. What's happening is that you're receiving a ton of information. You could call this a download. For some of you, it might be very extreme. It could even disrupt your sleep. You could find yourself kind of vibrating your body as a whole or feeling like you have to move a lot, a ton of energy flowing through you. For some of you Tauruses, it's just really going to be more like you feel a pressure in either your the top of your head, in your crown chakra or your third eye. You may also be getting a ton of psychic or prophetic visions. This is good. This is good. However, when people move up to the next level with their intuitive abilities, it can cause some disruption. So you are going to have to learn how to manage those energies. Now, we always invite you to come to the Academy for training, of course, but for this week, just to meet you where you are, I think it's going to be really important that you're taking a lot of quiet time and that you notice when you're being overstimulated by your environment, especially on Wednesday and Thursday into the afternoon. For those of you who start to feel anxious or overwhelmed by your environment and the people around you, it's a sign that you have become more intuitive and you're starting to pick up on other people's stuff. Okay, so you're going to have to use some blocking techniques. Taurus, I also have money coming in here for you, and I want to say that I'm looking more at Thursday, and then it gets quiet. I'm hearing crickets, and it's kind of like, okay, where's the money? I thought the money was coming. And then it's hitting again on Monday and Tuesday. So there could be talk of a promotion. For those of you who are waiting on money to come in, it could be coming in at that time, whether it be from like a settlement or some kind of an inheritance. For some of you, I'm also hearing real estate. Okay, so more toward like Thursday, Friday, into the weekend. We're looking at new residency or purchasing real estate, closing of a deal. I feel good about it. Gemini, what's going on with you? Gemini, immediately I hear a strong train whistle, and let's hope it's not going to run us over, okay? Like I hear a train whistle, and I hear a train coming from back behind and then going dead ahead into this direction. What that's going to mean is that there are some unfinished business, skeletons in the closet, stuff swept under the carpet. There's some stuff that is unresolved. The fact that it's coming from your future direction, okay, technically, is going to mean that it would have negatively affected some future opportunities. But because it is coming full steam ahead, and it is going backward into your past, it means that you're going to have an opportunity to clear these things out. Now, unlike Aries, who have a lot of work to do with this, there's really nothing for you to do, Geminis. It's just sort of like you're observing this. Now, when they show you observing this process, especially Friday, all day Friday, but really potently into the afternoon and the evening, and then into Saturday afternoon, when they show you observing this, they show you as an owl. Now, an owl is going to mean two different things, right? It's the old wise owl, so it's kind of like owls know how to keep their mouth shut and just watch a situation. Owls are also a warning. So you're going to have to be mindful that the things that you're seeing, the things that you're witnessing here are really being taken into account and studied, okay? So you're going to have to pick this situation apart. Some of it feels to me like you're receiving information about someone who was involved in your circumstances, trying to be involved in your circumstances, or you deliberately involved them at some point, and they should not have been there. They did not have your best interest in mind. We're going to be clearing that out. Come Tuesday, open road, dead ahead. Straightforward you go without that baggage now, okay? Good deal. I also see 2 days of major prosperity coming up over the course of the next week. It's either going to hit you on Tuesday and Wednesday or Wednesday and Thursday. And those are just money days. I feel like banking. Put it away. Okay, Cancers, what's going on with you? Do not hold yourself back this week. Just because you're feeling emotionally like you aren't at the peak of your ability, maybe your self-esteem is a little bit in the ghetto, maybe you feel like you don't have the energy. There's a very distracted mind, Cancers, especially with you. For some of you on Wednesday, I almost sense like a manic type of an energy, and you're like, no, I don't feel low, I actually feel really high. Sometimes once that deflates, you're like, bleh, you're like a sad balloon, you know. So it could hit you on Wednesday, it could hit you on Thursday. Regardless, you control that. So don't allow yourself to just be swept up with emotion. I want you to remember that you can moderate how much energy you're putting out and what you're putting your attention toward. It's important that you understand that this is a big time for you to evolve and move up to another level, especially on Wednesday going into Thursday morning, where there's a lot of dialogue, there's a lot of conversation about areas that you might fit into a project, or how someone might be interested in moving you up to the next level. It's almost like helping hands from outside of all the hard work that you do. They're witnessing this and they're wanting to help you go there. Okay, that's great, but you have to be willing to take it. So if someone throws a lifeline out to you it's the type of thing that you have to identify and at least be willing to swim over to and grab. I'm also seeing, I want to say, closing of a window. Now, closing of a window come Thursday evening, Friday afternoon can mean the closing of an opportunity. That's fine, okay? If that is in fact what it ends up being. For some of you, closing of an opportunity, let it go. However, for some of you, I'm really feeling like it has more to do with a relationship that hasn't been working. For some of you, this could be with a sibling, with a parent or a family member. For some of you, it feels like with a lover or a spouse. And if a relationship has not been working for a long time, we would see this window as sort of the closing of a chapter, okay? Letting it go once and for all, mentally, emotionally, literally, however, but it is time to move forward. Leo, I'm having a very almost religious type of an experience going on with you this week. A great awakening on the first 3 days, which is going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, okay? And for some of you, even into Friday, I'm feeling like a lot of stirring of spiritual energy. For me, this would look like your ancient guides stepping in. For some of you, it would be more like your guides and your ancestors stepping in. Pay close attention to the way that your dreams are going and how you're being shown the direction for your next steps. The next steps that I'm referring to here are not necessarily about your paycheck. It's not necessarily about your work and your everyday, day-to-day. It's about your self-development, your spiritual development. It is about your life contract. A lot of people don't like to hear about their life contract because it doesn't match their paycheck. You have to remember that for some of you, this is going to be two completely different things. Which one's more important? Yes, it's important to eat. But your life contract, that path is more important than anything. If we are not living within our life contract, we are empty. We are zombies. We are shells. We are wasting our time. We will reincarnate and have to do this over again. You are getting some very crystal clear instruction for those 3 to 4 days on what your next steps are to be. All right, so I feel really excited about this. I also have a little bit of money going out, but this is really a choice for you. Now, some of you might reach that point, especially on Thursday, and then again on Sunday evening, I'm hearing you pondering it, thinking about it. Don't clutch to your money too tight. Remember, this is just a resource and nothing really belongs to us, okay? We are all actually in community with one another. So what is yours is someone else's, and what is someone else's is really yours. We should all be sharing. If somebody needs it, treat it like, it's fluid. Take it, you have it to give it, okay? Let it go. You might feel pressure, like I really feel like I have to give this money, or I have to give this support, I have to give this opportunity to this person. And it's like you don't want to for some reason, and I think that if you overwhelmingly feel that you should, that's a sign that it's due to them. Virgo, what is going on with you? Virgo, I have you crawling on your knees, and it's almost like I thought at first you looked tired, and I'm now feeling like you chose to be down there, okay? So I'm wondering what the heck you're doing. I see you crawling on the ground, and it's almost like you're looking below. It's as though you're looking into something, and you're looking below something like a cave, and you're trying to find the hidden things. You're trying to figure out what it is that is there and for the taking that no one else has taken advantage of yet. I think they have not taken advantage of it because obviously they didn't see it. Who could see down that low? But it's also about effort, okay? So Virgos, this is where you really shine, right? You're willing to get dirty. You're willing to put in the time. You're willing to put in the energy. You're willing to crawl in the dirt if you have to. And take the risks that are required. Because you have been doing this the last 3 to 4 months, and for some of you even the last 4 to 7 months, if we were to look about 7 months back, some of you would have started some kind of a project. You would have been knocking on a certain kind of a door to get something accomplished. And you're going to have a breakthrough with this, but it comes still in the form of you having to work at it, but you're going and getting it, okay? And you're the only one who sees it. And it almost reminds me of, what was that, Romancing the Stone? Remember how they went and they cracked open the rabbit and there was that big green jewel?
Yes.
You remember that? Do you really?
Totally.
All right, so we're going to watch that because that's awesome. and it has to happen again. It's almost like you're going in there and you're getting it. It's not that other people don't want it. It's not that they're not coming after it, okay? They don't have their eye on it, but they didn't get there first, all right? So this could be a brand new business opportunity, expansion, business deal, money coming in, new clients, long term, okay, lasting. Libra, what is going on with you? Libra, I have you propelling yourself forward in a pretty steady direction. I want to say that you're moving in a free will direction at this time. So you're finding that with some of your relationships, for a lot of you, I'm talking about romantic partnerships. Some of you may even find yourself in a relationship where you're debating on how well you fit with that person's structure. So say you meet someone and then you're like, oh wow, you have 3 kids, 3 whole kids. Oh, that's interesting. You know, and maybe you have none. Maybe this is going to be the kind of situation that if you take slow enough and you open your mind up to and you work outside the box, it could really be a perfect fit for you, but it's not something that you would have thought to want previously. For some of you, you're looking at a situation and you're saying, this really does not fit. This won't work because of this other person's family structure, or if you've ever been with somebody and they're very easily influenced by their friends, by their family in a negative way, or they change when they get around those people and you're like, ugh, I like you when you're independent, but you know, some people lose themselves around others. I see you having to make a decision about where you stand with this person. For other Libras, when I see you going forward into this free will direction, it's interesting because it's actually going to take about a 2-week process. But around, I want to say Thursday, and then it seems like again Friday evening and into Saturday morning, some of you might find yourselves going in a little bit of a cyclical pattern, reinvestigating something that you had decided to do. You kind of opened up a can of worms and then you let the worms sit there. So they may be a little bit dried out. It's the kind of situation that maybe you should have had better follow through on. It's not that it's a bum deal and it's not that it's a dead deal, but you are going to have to put a lot of effort into this thing to get it up and running again. And if you got other people involved in this, let's call it a project, and then you took off and disappeared for a while, they may not be thrilled to get involved again. So just be mindful about that, but it does feel that it's time to get it up and running, or you may have to release it and move on to something very similar. Scorpio, what's happening with you? I hear tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Clock is coming in on you. You're on a little bit of a deadline this week. You're on a little bit of a tight time frame. I want to say Tuesday and Wednesday, and I am talking about today and tomorrow. This could also be coming up again next Tuesday and Wednesday. Just keep that in mind. Thursday evening, pressure on that time clock. Somebody saying to you, the universe saying to you, we have a deal that needs to be made. You need to sign on the dotted line. We need a closure to this. We need some kind of an outline to be able to go forward. My sense with you this week is that you're being very quiet. You're being very observant. You're needing to be, okay, this way. And you're needing to be incredibly focused and persevere on what is important. If you have a lot of priorities right now in regards to completing a task, your work and money, your job itself, or any kind of an investment that you were trying to get in, this could be the week where it really needs to be finished up. And things that you thought you were going to have more time on, you could be running out of. So be mindful with that. I want to say that closer toward the end of the week, especially Friday and Saturday, if somebody comes in and they want to be immature, they want to argue with you, they want to act like a child, or it literally is your child, I want to say be very, very walled off and unavailable for nonsense, okay? Put your foot down. Sagittarius, what is going on with you, Sagittarius? I feel like over here to the future just a little ways. I do feel like I'm talking about over the course of the next month to 2 months. Could find yourself holding back a bit, and that would be wise in a couple different areas, but unwise in others. So let's talk about that a little bit. If you find yourself in a cyclical pattern, a little bit of a Ferris wheel, I see you on, unsure of when to get off, unsure of how to get off. You may be feeling like you're getting tied up with work, you're getting tied up with the schedule, you're getting washed away, so to speak. you're having a lot of trouble finding time for yourself, making yourself a priority, and other things that you really do feel that you need, including family time and time with a lover or a spouse. You're going to have to find a way to make this happen. Now, when I was saying before that you may have to, close the door, or close off to something once and for all, set a boundary there, I do feel that it has to do with other people putting pressure on you. And this could very well be through a work circumstance. So if you have to eliminate some things, you're going to have to make sure that you're not biting off more than you can chew. Let go. There are two things that could be renegotiated or removed. What I'm feeling for you the remainder of the time is that you're going in, okay, especially on